Hi, welcome back to another episode of Coldstream Rod Shop. I'm Derek Fraser. Going to talk today about the 32 Ford pickup. There's not one single topic we're going to cover right now, but it's a whole bunch of small stuff we've been working on. And as any of you know that have built hot rods or built complete cars, there's just tons and tons and tons of small things. So a few things we were working on. Got the distributor, put it in place. It's almost ready to start up. As far as I know, I'm on time. I could be 180 degrees out, but we'll start it up here soon. But it's in. Put the coil in place. Needed to buy a coil bracket. Small little thing, slows you down. The other thing was the radiator hoses, the hose clamps, both upper and lower. Alternator, I don't think I said it was put in place, but it's in place right now and wired. The other thing is the fan control. We've got the fan in place. There's a whole temperature control unit that cuts on and off at 180 degrees. That's been wired in, and the temperature sending unit. On another episode we talked about, or previous to this, I talked about having to put the transmission oil cooler in the back instead of running it off the radiator. Just real estate didn't allow us to do that. Another thing I have to do is find a hole for the overfill. On the 29 hot rod over here, I was able to put it here next to the alternator, but as you can see, if I were to put a hood on this, it's in the way. So I kind of have the same scenario here, but I have less room. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to make a bracket for the other side, and then I'll have the hose run over here because there's enough room to do it. Anyway, we'll cover that in another episode. So just stick that here. The camera lady wants to go around the other side. The other thing I've been working on was putting the glass in place and the glass tracks. Okay, that works. Don't know what the lighting is lighting in here. Okay, so I bought these felt tracks. You can buy kits. You can actually buy kits, pre-made kits, that'll hook into the original pieces inside the door. Because I had to put my own tracks on the inside here, I actually went to a glass guy and I bought some of this stuff. And what I did, I put it in the original tracks, and I used this 3M yellow super glue to glue it in at the top. And then the glass, I slid in and held it in place while it dried, and then basically slid it at the bottom and did the same thing on the bottom. It's the same technique as what you actually have to do on the Model A's in the back. You basically put your glass in and then use the glass to hold the felt in place. Then on the bottom, to put the glass in place right here, the glass goes in the metal track. Couple ways of doing it. You can buy the tape that holds it in place and fits in there, but I've had a lot of success, and a couple glass guys also had a lot of success. One guy that's been in the business for 40 years basically uses it's a urethane adhesive. The stuff, you got to warm it up. It's about $25 for a tube. You got to warm it up because it is super thick, and essentially you put a bead of the urethane glue on the bottom, put your glass into it, wind the door up, make sure that it's put in place, and then just let it sit for a day till it dries. So this door, a little bit stiff, but I know the door had a lot of damage to it. It actually goes up and down really well. I did not have the same success with the other door over on the other side. Unfortunately, with the damage to the door, and as much as I straightened it out, one of the original glasses will not fit. I'm going to have to get another piece of glass cut that's about 1/8 of an inch narrower, so it'll slide up and down. It just doesn't work, but that's building hot rods. That's what happens. So the other major thing that we've been working on is, if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, I actually painted the box. I've got the tailgate done. It's down here. it went on really well. But we're going to go over to the other building and we'll talk about the painting the box and some of my struggles on that, and see you in a couple seconds. So here we are over in the other garage. As you can see, the box has been painted. We were using single stage urethane metallic paint, one of the most difficult things to spray. Any painter will tell you that, but I was stubborn and that's what I wanted, and that's what we got. Everything went well. First coat went on really well. My second coat, though, did not go well. I actually had a run over here, which I then sanded and recovered from, and then I got a run on the other side. One of the things we were struggling with is I had the garage and the area here covered up and at the right temperature, but then because the temperature outside dropped, when I opened the doors up and had the fan going, and the air temperature dropped. So that, with the temperature drop and coupled with probably my technique, my second shot through to paint, I got another run somewhere else. So we recovered one, recovered the other. So essentially I had a friend, Jesse Johnson, he's a professional painter. I decided I got to get this done and get it right without wasting too much product. So sometimes you just can't do it yourself, and you can't fight the conditions of a professional painter who can actually adjust to those conditions. So Jesse came in and helped me out and put the final coat on this, so it's all done. No runs, nice coverage, basically ready to, once it dries here or sets for a few more days, we're going to lift it and put it over on the pickup truck. We did the grill shell at the same time, so that's ready to go on, and then the tailgate. Once this is out of here, I'll start working on the hood and the fenders, but that's the update on the 32 Ford pickup. Hope you enjoyed. Please send me any questions or comments, and have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.